Raiders personnel in your ears, in your eyes, in your cousin's heart. Dang. You missed us.
Welcome back from the bye week, and
Mhm.
we leave with a loss, and we come back to
Come
a
back to a
loss
loss.
in
Yeah.
Miami. In
Yep. We look
Miami,
better, but we still only scored 19.
it's a new offensive coordinator, but you could
Yeah.
tell Brock was getting the ball.
Oh
Brock
yeah,
was
yeah,
getting the ball,
yeah. He was the main focus point of our entire offense.
as it should be.
126 yards. Yeah. And what I like to add, he is, I believe, leading the league in targets,
Yes,
receptions, and yards of
yes.
all tight
No,
ends.
he's a beast, man. He's definitely
Yeah.
a one of a kind and a phenom in this league. Going to lead the tight ends
Unicorn.
for sure, man. I hope we
Yeah.
get this quarterback next year that we
hmm
need because I mean, yeah, the offense was definitely different, different plays, more creativity. I can say more like motion
More
and
motions
more
for sure. It
screen
looked like a modern
passes.
day offense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
more
think
screen
Myers got
passes.
a screen pass too.
Yeah, Mayers,
Brock.
Mayers,
Myers,
yep,
Mayer.
Jacoby led in
Yeah.
rushing, which
Michael.
is not necessarily that great,
Right.
but
With one attempt led the lead, led the game in rushing.
geez, yeah. I mean, that was 20 yards rushing from
Yeah.
Mike Jacoby Myers,
Yeah.
and then
It was
19
a
rushing
beautiful play.
yards for from Madison.
Madison.
Yeah,
On
total of
five
60
attempts.
yards, which is not great. I mean, Miami had 80 yards,
Yeah.
but that's that defense was I think is depleted. So, but again, the
Yeah.
offense is definitely made a change, and you can definitely tell, man. What do you think?
I think it looked great. Like, yeah, like the fact that we only scored 19, I think that's more of a quarterback issue. But look, we look more modern. The Jacoby run was literally a handoff. It wasn't like a toss or anything. He just turned around, and it looked like they saw confusements from the defense, and it looked like he adjusted it to make it a handoff. And he looks like he just wasn't touched and just he got to
Yeah,
his yards. So he looked great. Our running backs are not looking that good.
yeah,
Besides Madison, 5 for 19 is not that good either. It's like 3.8
right.
or 9 yards.
Yeah,
But what White is doing, Zamir, it's atrocious, man. And we might have to switch back to Madison being the lead back. And but I mean, and then our defense, man, we lost. I mean, we had Jack Jones for the first half, I believe. I can't remember when he got out, but then we had our
third.
three starting corners out for the game.
Hmm.
After the third in the second half, and what can you do? Because at some point, I think that's one or two rookies and a veteran guy, that's really out there. And the Dolphins have one of the most potent duos in receivers, like
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Like these are the two fastest
right.
guys in the league, and then their running back Aichen is like the third fastest guy in the league. So they got like three of the top five fastest guys in the league on offense,
Yeah,
and we're running with our fourth stream corner, a fifth stream special teamer, and a sixth stream that hardly ever sees time and probably just plays only special teams. So
right.
that's what we're running out on defense. Um, the first series, we could have stopped them to a field goal, but that penalty really hurt us. The 3rd and 20 when we stopped
Yeah,
them, but then that
yeah,
holding penalty.
right.
Tyree Wilson looked great. He had that sack. I think it was a fumble too, the forced fumble, I believe. But they landed on it. The Dolphins landed on it. They
Yes,
recovered it.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he looked good. Butler got his sack. Crosby was there. It was
Right.
just not fast enough to get to him. But he
I,
Butler got the sack because of Crosby. So that was good. And then we just a lot of penalties really screwed us up.
right.
We could have done a lot more. Minshew still looks shaky. That sack where he passed by the right end rusher or the left end rusher,
Hmm.
and he moved up the pocket, but he shifted to the right where the rusher was at instead of moving up towards the left where there's an opening. So he's
Yeah.
still a little flimsy. And yeah, number 66, I think that was Parham, Daniel Parham. He was
Yeah.
definitely getting pushed back. Yeah,
Right.
he was getting dominated, and it was just definitely he was our weakest link on the offensive line. Um, but other than that, man, the offense, I wasn't expecting a real complete turnaround because our issue is the quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's going to make us go. But I did like the modern style of it. Like I was excited watching. I wish we got touchdowns instead of field goals because that last
Yeah,
field goal in the first
yeah,
half, we were
horribly in
right
the red zone.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were right there. Like we're not even that good this year. Like we should be taking those chances. It's like practice. I mean, we got Brock Bowers.
yeah,
Jacoby Myers looked great out there. There was that one pass, I think it was the second quarter, when he split the two defenders for a first down, and he looked great. And obviously that 20-yard rushing. He could
yeah.
be a number one guy. He reminds me of the guy from the 49ers, Debo Samuel,
Uh
how
huh.
they use him as a running back and a receiver. I
Right.
can see, he's not as bulky, so we probably won't use him as much as a running back like the Niners use Debo.
Yeah.
But one or two or three attempts to get that, get the defense on their heels. Because if you play up on Jacoby, you have to play up if he's going to do those sweeps, unless
Right.
it's a zone.
Right.
But then he's also fast enough that if he beats you, he can outrun you. So, and like we have a great offense. We finally got Michael Myers back, and he looked great.
Yeah.
He looked good for somebody who
Yeah.
hasn't
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
like what 4 or 5
That
weeks.
was that was a bad throw by
Very bad throw,
Minshew
Minshew.
there that he had to
Yeah.
launch himself for. And that
Yeah,
was
he had to
yeah.
dive. Great
Yeah.
catch. Great catch.
Yeah, he saved it, dude. It could have ended up in
Yeah.
the wrong hands,
It
right?
could have been intercepted. Yeah. And
Hmm.
if he would have had enough, like if he could have got up and run, he could have probably trucked somebody,
Right.
got that first down. Or at least get it to like a fourth and inches or fourth and one where we might go for it. you know. But I
Yeah.
did like when we noticed that the running game wasn't doing it. We went to more pass heavy.
Right.
We did try to. We did add in run. We didn't go full on passing, so we did add a little bit of run, but still wasn't doing much. But it was
Yeah.
clear that they made the adjustments, and then towards the end, it was just after that it was over. Like it was
Yeah.
a lot
No,
closer than the score says.
dude. The passing was 266. I mean, and, rushing was 60 yards, and so that's a big difference there. They definitely decided to go throw the ball a little more, right, and
Oh yeah,
run those screen
for
passes a
sure.
little more, get the ball off of Minshew's hands
Yep,
quicker.
exactly,
But yeah, you're right. I
exactly.
mean, Minshew does jump the gun often and
Yeah,
just
just a
gets out,
bit
tries
too
to get out of the
much.
pocket. Just maybe a step forward, but not
Yeah.
necessarily get the
Oh
hell
yeah,
out of the
just
pocket.
just a
Y-
step. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because there was one play I think he threw to Michael where he just threw it too late and overthrew it, and
No,
it
it
was
was
like I
Brock,
saw him
dude.
like
No,
it was
you're right. Maybe
Brock.
it was
Yeah, it was
Michael.
it was one of
Yeah.
those two. But it was like he pump
Yeah.
faked and he was like staring him down, and he threw it so late, and then the
It just
defenders
over. Yeah.
collapsed on him, and I was just like, he was open the first time you pumped it. Like, what did you see? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, man,
He
we
second
need a
guesses
quarterback.
himself, I guess.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
afraid. And AP told him like go out
Yeah.
and play, bro. Don't be afraid. Like
Yeah.
go do what you do. Like we got nothing to lose at this point.
Hmm.
Like we're not going in next year with like Ritter's our quarterback. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like he's just there because we need a backup. So and maybe when O'Connell comes back, obviously at that point we got nothing to lose.
Yeah. No, exactly. And,
So
and and let's bring it back to the defense. How they dropped coverage here, and they just didn't adjust to the motion. Things
yeah,
like
and
that,
this
right?
we got beaten a lot of zone plays, man. Like
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill was finding those zones between our
Right.
corners and safety. And
Right.
I don't want to make excuses. Like, AP was right, like next man up mentality. Like you're there to play.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
But
you're a
injuries
football
affect,
player.
man. Injuries.
But
These are
man,
quality
first
players we're
three
missing.
corners,
Yeah.
yeah. Hobbs right there is a
Yeah.
big
And
loss
Bennett
because he's
too.
our
Bennett.
slot. And
Bennett
Ben
got
has
hurt.
been playing great.
Yeah.
And then Jack Jones. Jack Jones is our ball hawk guy. So
Yeah.
he's been playing better this past
Right.
couple of weeks.
The
You know,
last Bengals
so
game
he's
and all that.
been
Yeah.
he's been playing really good. And Jacorian Bennett, I don't even know if he's still allowed a touchdown, but I know like 2-3 weeks ago he hadn't allowed a touchdown all season.
Hmm.
So I don't know if I didn't see him allow one. And then yeah, Hobbs is our nickel guy.
Right.
He's a starter and a nickel
Yeah.
corner, so that makes him double that they were losing right there. So and then they did give up some plays. Crosby did miss out on a couple sacks. He had that personal foul, but it was already a first down. But it was an extra 15 yards added on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean,
And
the
we did
dude,
have some
like,
missed
I think
tackles.
the dude grabbed his ass. I swear to
Yeah,
God, if you look at the replay, he grabbed his ass, and I was like, "Yeah, man."
yeah. I was like, I'd be upset too. Like, hey, was that a finger? You didn't
Yeah.
go like this. You went like this. You're like, hey. I don't have the ball. Don't try to
Yeah,
force
but
me to
right after
fumble.
that, the defense, you're right with the penalties, man. They came back with,
Hmm.
with some more penalties that just were
Yep.
costly, giving up the
Yep.
first downs. And then what is
The
this?
holding calls.
They're going on it on fourth and down in the first half twice, bro. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Talk
No
about
fear.
disrespect.
No
Yeah, no.
fear. Yeah. Yeah. And then the other way, I think we went 2 for 2 on fourth down as well, which we don't usually do. We're usually
That is
like,
true.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is true. But that
And
was Madison
I
running it
think,
in a couple times.
yeah. And I think we did pretty good on third down too. I don't have like the exact stats, but I think we converted a lot more third downs than we've had recently.
On third down,
So
8 for 14. So yeah, it was
yeah,
almost
yeah.
half, a little less
I
than
mean,
half.
14 times that we went on third down, it's a quarterback issue right there. I
Yeah,
feel because he's given us
right,
opportunities
right.
and the play calls are there. And
Yeah,
yeah, like I said, I'm happy. And this is kind of what like I wanted. I wanted us to look like we're doing better, but not win because we
right,
have to get
exactly.
that
We
quarterback.
want the quarterback.
Yeah, we have
I
to get
know,
the
man.
quarterback.
That's just
Yeah,
crazy. It's crazy. It's
and
you want to win. You want to see them be competitive, and yeah, you want to see an
yeah,
entertaining game. You want to
exactly.
stay, and they have been staying in it into
Yeah,
the end, the fourth quarter.
until the
So
end. Yeah, but at least this time, we think we have a chance with our
yeah,
bless you with our offense.
thank you.
And at all the other times we were like, man, we're in the game because our defense. It's because our defense has been
Right.
holding it out since the
Yeah.
second quarter, or since the halfway
This
of
time,
this first
this
half
game,
of the
the
first
defense
quarter.
lost it. If you really want to
Yeah,
blame someone, the defense lost it
yeah,
because they just let it happen, right? I mean, no
yeah.
coverage.
Oh yeah, yeah. The coverage was bad. Yeah, but like I said, man, our corners should be better. I think I heard two running backs haven't been practicing, and I want to say
Yeah,
it's White and Matheson. We're
yeah.
going to be using a lot more of Lob,
Abdullah.
our running back Abdullah, yeah, Abdullah, and what's the other guy, Lube.
Oh,
The one we
Dylan Lowe.
drafted,
He's been in the
Dylan
injured
Lowe.
list as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be practicing, and then we're supposed to pull from somebody from our practice squad because it
Dang.
looks like White and Madison might not. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we have our running game has been horrible. So what are they going to do? It can't get
I
much
guess
worse.
you're right. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I mean, but Madison's been the kind of like the driver of the
Yeah.
running game.
Madison
So
has been pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah. It's just
yeah,
been this past game he wasn't as big. But then at the same time we
yeah.
did we shift away from the running game a lot quicker this time around
Right.
than we usually have cuz usually we would try to get the running going and it just this time they're like, "All right, we don't have it. Let's do it. Let's run. Let's play some football. Let's toss it around." And the Dolphins defense have been playing better the past couple weeks.
Yeah. No,
They're
they
still fast. Like they still
yeah.
should have been out muscled, but they've been pretty decent.
Well, they
They
beat
got wins.
LA that game we were live streaming, and they beat
Yeah,
LA, which
oh,
was a
that's right. Yeah,
competitive game.
that was a great one. Yeah, and then Matthew Stafford is. I mean, a lot of people consider him top, five quarterback, even in the fours. I've heard somebody say he's in the three on these media
Wow.
channels.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like if he's got everything going for him, he's like they can make the throws that a lot of quarterbacks can't do.
I
So like they're
mean,
really big on Stafford,
top three it has to be Lamar, Allen,
Allen, and Mahomes.
and Mahomes, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
those are
for
the
me,
top.
and then I would put Burrow four.
Yeah, Burrow four
You know,
exactly,
yeah. And then
and for sure
five,
then
I would,
Stafford, and maybe
yeah,
even Goff. I put Goff in the maybe
golf,
six or
yeah.
something. Yeah,
Golf would be more accurate. Yeah, I probably put golf behind Stafford, but it wouldn't be like too far. But yeah, I mean, look, that's where we're at, and Tua's a good quarterback too. He's not
yeah,
horrible.
yeah,
He's a good. I mean, he's not like very very good, but he's a above average quarterback.
yeah,
He's accurate. He's got good leadership, and he has a hell of a two receivers. So our starting three corners down, two of the fastest and better, best duos in the NFL. One of the best duos in the NFL and an
yeah.
above average quarterback. They're supposed to do what they did to us, but all those points didn't come until the fourth quarter. So,
Right.
like I said, the score doesn't really show how close we were.
Yeah.
Um, but like, yeah, we were in it, and our quarterback would have made a difference.
So in the last, let me see, I don't know, 10 weeks. No, sorry, last 6 weeks. Uh, with the Broncos, they let out 14 points allowed in the fourth quarter, 10 points allowed in the Steelers game in the fourth quarter, and then the Dolphins allowed 17 points in the fourth quarter. So you know what I mean? It's kind of like a habit, a little, you know,
Yeah.
a pattern there for the Raiders in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter.
I see.
So
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's just,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, you know, that they either get worn out, right? The
Yeah.
offense isn't doing
Yeah.
anything, and the
Yeah.
defense gets worn out, or in this case, injuries. I would say, you know, those
Yeah.
players, they're practice players, bench players that haven't been playing this long out. I mean, I'm making
Exactly.
excuses, but at the same time,
Right. Exactly. But it is also facts.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many teams, if you lose their top three corners, are going to be really good on defense? You know what I'm saying? They're
right,
going to give
yeah.
up, and then you're going against two of the fastest receivers in the game,
I
and
mean, one of those. I
and they're
think
not just.
the touchdown that Hill had, it was a scramble from Tua,
Hmm.
and and Hill went across the field from one side of the end zone to the other, and nobody covered this guy.
Hmm.
He,
Yep.
that's miscommunication right
That's
there.
key.
That's from the
Yeah,
defense.
definitely
So
miscommunication. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure. I think somebody forgot to tell Jack Jones, or somebody forgot to like speak to Jones about the shift, and he got wide open. Oh no, Juno, the touchdown that Juno did when he was wide open.
that was a 57-yard touchdown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so the
57,
rookie
56.
corner didn't communicate with Jack Jones. So that's from
Mm,
my understanding of why he was so wide open. And this is the dude's
yeah.
first full game, just tossed in against like these two guys. So,
Against a
it's
motion, a very tricky offense that knows
yeah.
how to mask things and
Yeah.
and
And I'm
puts
and
things
I'm
in
sure
motion.
he's worrying about, okay, Waddle or Hill. These guys could
Yeah,
just take off. So their
yeah, yeah,
fear is
yeah,
into those two. And then Jono just made a good move, and poor communications on our end.
yeah. No,
But
that's
Patrick
so
Graham
for
needs to step his game up. And
for
the
sure.
defense have been slipping up a little the past few weeks. And obviously the offense hasn't been there for them, but you can start seeing that it's starting to break sooner than usual.
I see. That's no, well, for the injury report, since we're making excuses here,
Yep.
Zamir White with a quad,
Yeah.
Alexander Madison with an ankle,
Oof.
Andre James with an ankle, but
Yeah.
he's been out for the last 2 games. So,
Yeah.
and then AOC, of course, Jack Jones, Bennett, Hobbs. He's probably not gonna come back, right?
Yeah.
And the
He's
same for
probably
Epps.
out.
So, but the ones that are recent, Jones, Bennett, so and
Yeah.
Madison and White. So that they're probably going to be questionable for the coming game. So
Yeah. Chances are either Madison or White or both won't play. Quad and ankles. That's the
yeah,
running back's bread and
yeah,
butter.
right.
Yeah. And we have three other backs that we can bring up, and
Sure.
rotation. Running backs you can have as rotation. And what if the guy that we have on the practice squad ends up being
Yeah,
like
no,
the
well, Dylan
guy?
Lowe was supposed to be good. I mean, he just got drafted, and
Yeah,
he's
he's
supposed to
supposed to
be
be like
decent.
our.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a definitely a catch and receiving type.
right.
Like that's where he's supposed to make his bread, and then Abdullah's supposed to be the veteran.
He
12
dropped
years I
a.
think.
He got the ball fumbled in the Steelers game. That's the one time we
Hmm.
saw him, and I'm rooting for the guy because I thought he did well in college. At least his stats coming out of college were good. And I was like, man, maybe this guy the next Christian McCaffrey. No, I'm just
Damn.
well,
Y'all
I mean, you
get
never know,
one.
man. Yeah, like I said, he dropped the fumble there against the
Yeah.
Steelers.
Yeah, he got
So
he. I remember he got
yeah,
rocked.
yeah, it was
I remember
Watts.
he
Watts
got
that yeah,
rocked.
JJ. What's his name? Watts. I think it's
JJ
the
Watts, yeah,
JJ
or the
Watts.
TJ Watts.
TJ. There you
TJ
go. That's
Watts,
what I
yeah,
meant. Yeah, JJ's the
yeah,
older brother.
yep,
But
yep.
yeah, man.
Because
And then we got the
yeah.
donkeys coming in,
Oh my
and
god, yeah. Bo
they're.
Nix playing good.
I
Mm.
told you, man.
We didn't have Sean Payton.
Yeah, exactly. So Sean Payton's grooming this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, yeah. If we would have had him, he would have been another. What's that guy we had last year? That we cut. McDaniel's boy.
Garoppolo.
Garoppolo. Yeah, he
Yeah.
would have been another Garoppolo or another Mac Jones.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, it looks like the patience is paying off. I mean, he's
Yeah.
coming in here. What? He had 4 touchdowns 200 and
Mm-hmm.
something plus yards.
200. Yeah, man. And I think
Yeah.
he's leading the league in touchdowns like for the rookies. Because Jalen
Okay. Yeah.
Daniels
Yeah. Yeah.
hasn't been. Yeah, but just the rookies like Caleb Daniels and the dude from the Patriots,
I see.
Myers. Yeah, or whatever his name
No.
is.
Maine or something. May.
Something
May.
like that. Something. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So
That.
Patriots guy.
Yeah. Patriots. Yeah. Who cares about
Yeah.
those
But then
guys?
also, man, look, the reason also that he can play so free is that defense is so good. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't have to be like I have
Yes.
to do all the things that I
Right.
need to do. Like he has great receivers. Kirtland Sutton, big dude, got hands. And then the defense is just legit. And then you have a genius of a head coach as an offensive minded coach. So,
Yeah. Well,
I don't
yeah,
know if
no,
we would
I'll
have
give
had the
him. I'll
same
give him
outcome.
props for that. I'll give him props for that. But I mean, who would have thought? I mean, yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't think they've been down by any score in the game. I think against Kansas
No.
City, they were trailing, but the field goal, or whatever, got blocked or
Yeah, they
whatever.
had it blocked. Yeah, and they
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
won.
But I don't
They
know if
would have
they were
won.
trailing the whole game or they were up because that's Kansas
I
City's
think they
motto,
were.
right?
Yeah, I think they were up, and then Kansas City came back to tie it, and
Yeah,
then Kansas City took the lead. But they were close. Like the Broncos were close throughout the whole time. Yeah, I think by halftime the Broncos had the lead. I think that's what it was.
yeah. No,
Because I feel like they were talking about Mahomes having 6 games in a row where they were losing in the first half and then they
mhm.
won the game. So I think he was like 1 or 2 games from doing that to be in the record books, and
Yeah.
then he lost. So that didn't really matter to Josh Allen. But yeah, man. I mean, look, Bo Nix is Sean Payton's a great coach. I think that's all offensive mind coach, not forcing too much. Because you remember in the beginning of the season, he was just doing nothing. There was that game where in the first half he had like 7 or 8 attempts or 18 attempts, and he had like -7 yards or something like that. And um and he was just horrible. So it's like all of these, it's just all been coming along right now, and it's just been a good system. He hasn't had to be doing much. He had a good run game, great offensive minded coach, who was
Yeah.
running the offense. He didn't have, our last guy, having some plain offense that anybody can read and, no motions and
For,
anything like
you
that.
talking about Getsy?
You know, yeah, Getz, I already forgot his name. We already got rid of him. Uh, so, yeah, man, that's just, yeah, I just think we still made the right choice. I think Bo Nix
Of
would have been
course.
as good if he was our quarterback.
Yeah.
He would
Right.
have had Devontae Adams, so maybe he could have had something. But then if we miss out on Ward or Shador Sanders or whoever else is going to be next year, and which one, will have the better potential. You know what I'm saying? We don't know yet. Bo Nix have
Yeah.
won this
Nobody
good
knows until you get
season.
draft a guy and he
Yeah,
come out here and play, dude.
yeah. And look, Mac Jones for rookie year, Pro Bowl next year, trash. The year after, horrible. Not
Mhm.
on the Patriots no more. Plays for the Jags. So he can have one good year, and then the offense could come back. They say he's a smart player, so he might learn. But I still would feel more comfortable going in knowing if we had Ward or Sanders.
Right.
And yeah, man, we're number 5 right now in the draft
I
pick.
I have no regrets over getting Bo Nix. Like you said, you're right. I mean, Sean Payton had. I think he picked him up as a project. He knew what he was
Mm-hmm.
buying. Right. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
getting this kid. He's like, okay, I see his style. I know I can mold
Yeah.
this, and I'm gonna do that. And no matter how long it'll take, I
Yeah.
think that was probably he probably thought he was gonna work out this year. He's gonna work out next year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no,
And
you're
I
right.
feel like it reminded him a lot of Drew Brees as well. Smart quarterback, doesn't have really a cannon of arm, but very accurate and methodical, and just make sure everything is good.
Right.
So that's what I felt like he really wanted him, because he was talking about that was his number one guy. Obviously besides Caleb Williams, but he said he had Caleb Williams, then he
He's
had
like
Bo Nix.
scheming to get this guy so in the draft. So
Yeah,
lying to the Raiders about certain
yeah.
picks and stuff. Like I don't think the Raiders are eyeing Bo Nix at all. But
No,
uh,
I think they were trying to get the Falcons got, and when the Falcons got
right,
him, that was like a big like shocker. And I think that's because he was 24-year-old
mhm,
quarterback, but he's been in the college for 4 years, so he had he's been in the system, and it was a college pro system. So
yeah,
left-handed, he would have came in, and he would have played right away. He would have had that. I got to get Devontae the ball. Then again, we also wouldn't have Brock Bowers because Brock Bowers is who we
Yeah.
got after. And
Right. 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 Right.
What if
Right.
Shador Sanders is
Everything
that
happens
guy?
for a reason, right?
Exactly, exactly. Like and I'm here saying Shador. Like I don't even know if we're gonna get him, but
Right.
like yeah,
I hope so.
we have probably in the next 2 or 3 years the best tight end in the league.
Yeah.
If it's not
Yeah.
this year already, but there's just so many
Right.
good tight ends that I wanna wait. But dude comes in, works hard, puts his head down. He's humble. He blocks. He
Yeah.
catches. He runs. He plays like a
Yards after the
receiver.
catch.
Yeah, you can screen. You can cut him in. You can do everything. You can put him out in the wide. Like that dude, it's like he's gonna be like an Aaron Hernandez without the crime. I hope.
Without the crime, we
Without the
hope.
crime, yeah. Please don't go into no
He is a
rental
Raider, but
SUVs.
the Raiders have
Yeah,
changed.
and in Vegas, Sin City.
Dude, but they better
No.
look. This O line better protect, man. Denver coming into
Yes,
this game and leading the league in sacks, bro. So
that's a
yeah,
good defense. Yeah,
this defense, like you
yeah,
mentioned before, right? It's gonna be raw
yeah,
as hell. It's gonna
yeah.
put some. We got to put some boards on.
66, man. 66 got to get his thing together.
Yeah,
We can't.
exactly.
We have a gym at a center with
Yeah,
Jackson Powers.
right.
Like that dude. Like even when Andre James come back, we can't put him back in. We have to
Yeah,
keep Bowers in the center position. Plus, he's fast. That's the guy that you don't
yeah.
want him to be the most strong one. So he's in there helping, opening up run lanes. The dude's a mauler. He's flying. He's trying to hit somebody. That's the guy you
Yeah,
want on the screen
that's so
pass. Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Dude's a dog, bulldog out there.
For
So yeah, I
sure,
mean
for sure.
we have a really good core. Jacoby Myers is still young. Mayers is still young. Bowers his first season. Like get ourselves a running back or quarterback. Yeah, we're set,
We got
man. We're
potential,
set.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
Glaze is really good
Yeah,
as a right tackle.
right.
If whatever happens to Colton Miller, if we have to move on from Miller, we'll put
Yeah,
Glaze on the left side, and then we'll go on from there. So
right,
uh,
right, right, right.
we have a good nucleus,
Yeah,
and we need that quarterback. A quarterback and a center that'll be in the
exactly.
in the league for 20 years together. You know,
That'd be sick, man.
Centers
That'd
can
be
play
sick.
forever. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no. If we get the like, yeah, that's the main thing. I think you're right. I don't care if we lose this game. I do want to beat the division rivals, though.
I do want to
It,
beat the Chiefs and I do want to beat the Broncos.
you gotta beat these
I
teams.
do
I
want to
mean,
beat them.
the
Yeah,
Chargers. I want to beat them too, but I don't feel as like you win anything.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah. Like
accomplished anything.
yeah, we beat the other LA team that nobody really likes. Like, they're the third best LA team. It's the Raiders, the Rams, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the Chargers.
the Chargers.
Jesus.
Like they're not. It's a sad team, and they got a new stadium, or they're going to get the new stadium, or something
Yeah,
like that, and
yeah,
it's good.
something like that.
Nobody's going to be there. Yeah, nobody's going to be there.
Yeah, it's just
So
a couple fans,
yeah, just a couple fans that
and then
thought
when
it
the
was a
Raiders
Rams
show up
game.
and it's a Raider game, it's
Yeah,
a Raider stadium.
yeah. There's gonna be more Raiders fans in that
Uh,
stadium than the Vegas stadium.
Seriously, God.
uh,
I mean, I
it's a
know how
shame.
that feels, and I don't like it, but there's a reason behind it. It's because we've been sucking for so goddamn
Mm-hmm.
long,
Yeah.
and making some stupid ass decisions. But
Mm-hmm.
I like bringing
Yeah.
in Josh McFrugals,
Oh
McDaniels,
my God. Yeah, that guy
McFrugal.
ruined everything for
Yeah,
us,
so
man.
took
I
us
hope he
back,
never gets another
took us
job
back
again.
10 years.
At least, because we still don't have a quarterback this year.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who knows, man?
But yeah,
But
man.
yeah, but we'll see. We have to beat the Broncos. I mean, it's going to be hard to score on them, but we have to do it. We have to continue focusing our offense around Brock Bowers.
Yes,
Get Michael more involved. Get Jacoby Meyers more
yes.
involved with the passing game. I'm okay with just giving him 1 or 2 or 3 rushing attempts. I don't want him doing too much rushing. I want to see Turner and what's the other guy? DJ Turner
And Tucker.
and Tucker. I want to see them, handle
I think
the
he's
sweeps and
no, I didn't see him on the injury list. But yeah, you're right.
yeah,
You're right. More of those sweeps, more of those
yeah,
screen passes.
exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of them slants or those in and
Yeah.
straight or
Yep. Yeah.
get them going. And defense, we need two of our corners back. If we can get Bennett and Jack Jones back, or or Hobbs, or any one of them, we need two of them back. Um, then
Yeah.
would be our defense will come back because we definitely need everybody. I mean, like I said, we're not playing for anything. We're playing to keep AP's job. And
Right.
if Deion Sanders and Shador Sanders say I want to play for AP, that'll keep him. But I also want AB to keep the job just based on his own merits.
Yeah.
Just to be
Yeah.
like the team was together, the culture is there. It's clear that we just need a quarterback.
There's no locker
Um,
room drama, so I give that to AP, man.
yeah,
He's holding it down
that's
as
for sure. Yeah,
so
he's got a great group of coaches, and like I said, the offensive coordinators that we've talked about in the past, that it wasn't our first, second, or apparently our third choice either. Like it was just like, well, he's what we got left that we've interviewed, and we're running out of time, so let's just
yeah.
get him. He had that experience of running a two tight end system. Not saying that we are going to do Brock. We knew we were going to get Brock Bowers, but AP wanted to run, so he was going to use like a two tight end set occasionally. So that made sense, like why they brought him in to interview him.
Mhm.
And then the fact that Brock Bowers fell in our lap, and it was like, okay, he should have a really good offensive game plan, and it just didn't work. So
It just was, as dry as a burnt
old
turkey.
lady.
I was trying to be nice, man.
I said I know too. When I started saying, I was like, "Oh, maybe not."
As a burnt turkey. All right,
Burnt turkey
as
on
the turkey
Thanksgiving.
in on
That's
as
next week.
like the turkey on Christmas vacation.
Yeah, that you just left in the oven for too long.
The blink of just
Yeah.
dissipated.
Kids, we're going to McDonald's.
Oh man, but yeah, no, we'll
Yeah,
see. Come Sunday at 1 p.m.,
1
3 p.m.
p.m.,
Midwestern.
3 p.m. Texas time,
Yeah,
4
yeah.
p.m.
Or
New
Denver,
York.
or if you're in Denver, it probably is the same time. And
Maybe it's probably 2 hours.
6 and 5, I can't believe they're.
No, 1 hour. Yeah, it's hurts. It hurts. But like I say, if we could just beat the Broncos and the Chiefs, and then we lose
Yeah,
the rest of
Broncos,
them with dignity,
Chiefs.
like I'll be fine.
Beat the Chargers too. No, you got to beat the division.
Yeah,
Every
why not
division
beat the
game.
Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go
We can't get
50-50 on the
swept by any
division.
division rival, dude.
That's true. That's
You
true.
can't get
That's
swept
true.
at all
Yeah.
because we
So
already lost. Yeah.
the three games that we do win against them, I hope everybody else below us wins too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because we're only number five. We got to
And
get up to at
I
least
want
number
to
two.
mention that now that you said that, what is up with the Jets, man? We need them to win, and they just completely fell
Woo!
apart.
Well, we're not gonna get a second round pick, so that's for sure. We're gonna get a high third rounder. They are sad, bro. We can't let
It's
them beat us
horrible.
either. 'Cause they'll get a quarterback. They'll get Sanders. I hope Dion be like, nah, my son ain't playing for the Jets.
I mean, you think Rogers will be there next year? I don't think so, right?
I
So
don't
yeah,
know,
they're
man.
good.
It sounds like even the Jets don't want. Like they fired their coach, they fired the GM. Those are the guys that wanted Rodgers. Um, so who knows, man? If somebody comes in like a LaFleur, like they did with the Packers,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, "Hey, Rodgers, this is my show. If you don't want to follow, you can sit on the bench or retire." You know what I'm
Or
saying? Like,
retire.
yeah,
You're
because
like
whatever
reaching
coach
40,
comes
bro. You're
in,
not Brett Favre, bro.
yeah, right, yeah, like, bro, you've definitely lost a step.
Yeah.
They brought in everybody you wanted. They did a Hail Mary pass to get Devontae Adams, and it
Mhm.
still looks just as worse. If anything, it
Garbage,
looks worse when
garbage,
they
bro.
fire
And
Saban.
Devontae was en route to getting some pretty decent yardage in the season with the Raiders, and he goes to the Jets, and he's like averaging 3 yards a game,
Yeah,
bro.
like bro, like in 4 games or
Yeah,
3 games, ever since he's been there,
yeah. Since he's
hasn't
been
have
there,
yeah, he's probably has as much yards and catches as he has one game with us.
yeah.
And it's sad, bro.
I don't
It's
know what
like this
happened
is
there,
what you wanted, man. It's like you could have. If I was him, I would have asked to go to the Lions. I get to play against the Packers. I had Jared Goff. There's Amon St. Brown on the other side.
but I don't
Like,
think it was him. I think it was the trade agreement for the conditional, man. I don't
yeah.
think at the end of the day, I don't think he wanted to trade, but I don't does he really have a say? Maybe the Raiders
I mean,
did him a favor.
that's what I think they did. Because I mean, maybe that was the only team that was willing to give him the second round pick as a
Yeah.
conditional, but he wanted to go there. Like he wanted to go there. He wanted to play. Even he said he was like, I don't. He was like, I don't regret this season. He did a little interview. He was like, I don't regret this season. It's like I rather go through this with Aaron Rodgers, somebody who's proven, instead of with the unproven rookie, and blah blah blah. I'm just like, bro, but it's worse with an unproven rookie. Like, if you would have went to Denver with Bo Nix, you would have been doing a lot better. It's like, bro, stop.
I don't
Like
know.
you're just, you just don't want to complain. You don't want to. Well, he shouldn't say that this was the wrong move too. He shouldn't say that in case he does
Yeah.
come back. Um, but
I don't think he'll ever be coming
yeah,
back to the Raiders. The fans will not
no, no, I'm
accept
talking
that
about if he
shit.
goes back to the Jets. Because
Oh,
if the Jets get rid of Rodgers,
yeah.
what's the point in bringing back Devontae? Because you have to redo his contract anyway, or else he's making 35
Uh-huh.
million.
Uh-huh.
So you got to cut him. You take I think it's like a 6 or 8 million pay cut, but it's not 35 million. And yeah, so
That's a lot of money.
I just hope he doesn't go play for the Chiefs. That's all I hope.
Yeah, that is true, dude. That is so good.
Yeah, that's all
I
I
mean,
hope.
he may be so desperate to be like, I want an easy
Yeah,
win, do a LeBron,
I want an
right?
easy win. Yeah, I want a guy that'll throw me
Although
the
LeBron put in
ball.
some work to get, I'll give him props. LeBron did some work
At least
to earn
LeBron
his.
was like, I'm the guy. It's
Yeah,
like you build the
yeah,
guys around me, and then towards the end, when he started playing against the Warriors, he was like, all right, I need more superstars. It's like I can't just do it with these guys. The Warriors are
yeah.
killing us. Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
great, man. Well, thank you, everybody. Like and subscribe for the
like and
Radar
subscribe.
personnel.
Coming to you
Raiders.
every week. Raiders, Raiders, Raiders. Let's get a new quarterback.
Raiders. Rap
Keep
Stewart.
AP. Raiders. Sanders.